her standards are her standards. And if you cannot meet those standards, why are you being insecure about it? 2010s, I think we should be able to delete from fashion history. The material just doesn't material. I'm sorry. To all of my sleep paralysis demons watching. Hello and welcome to my little digital diary that I've decided to do. I've been wanting to do this for a while now actually. This weekend I thought to myself, I'm home alone, I'm going to be doing and trying a bunch of new things, so why not film it? I am very much in my Zen era. Something happens to you when you enter your mid-20s. I don't know what it is. I just want to be Zen. I want to do Zen and so I went out and I bought this little gua sha thing which came with this. Now this is not authentic at all. This is just the cheapest thing I could find because I don't actually know if it's gonna work. Because the thing is, this was a trend for a very, very long time, and when it first became a thing, I thought it was gonna be one of those things where like people were gonna be obsessed with it for a few months. People are going to do it because other people are doing it and they want to be this aesthetic and they want to emanate this aesthetic. And then after a few months, people are going to come out and say, did it really do anything? No, it didn't. It was all fad. It was a scam. It has no benefits. But I don't know if it's my algorithm. I haven't seen the girlies say anything bad about gua sha. The girlies are actually still using gua sha to this day. And so there must be something. There must be some kind of secret. The girlies are loving it, and I follow the girlies. So here I am following the girlies in my Zen era. I mean, I have been in my Zen era for a while now, actually. I watched a little tutorial on YouTube. So first, it feels so weird, but first, because it has to do with your lymphatic system. So first, you're supposed to like massage to activate somebody. So you massage a little bit down here. You massage, and then you massage a little bit up here as well. I've been in my Zen era for a while now, but I feel like it's manifesting itself in so many new ways, hence the gua sha. But last year, I actually started to do things on my own. Like go to restaurants on my own, go to cafes and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't like a new thing, but it was intentional. I was intentionally doing it by myself. It wasn't like, oh, my friend canceled, I'm still gonna go. It was like, no, I've actually planned this myself. And then I also started going to orchestra concerts, which was a whole new world that opened up to me. I've always loved classical music, and when somebody recommended it, I was like, okay, why not? So I went, and that first night, I still remember the feeling. Like first of all, I was very nervous. I was alone, and it was like a new environment, and I'm not a huge fan of that, but I was doing these things. So, okay, in the gua sha routine, okay, first of all, you're not supposed to press too much, but because you're supposed to go like to the ear. Yeah, go like this to the ear. Not pressing too hard. And then I go down. Anyway, so that first night when I went there, I didn't even know where I was going to be sitting. I had to ask so many different times, and it was so awkward when there's always like somebody that's going to help you with your seat if you need help. So I went to him and I was like, this is my ticket, where's my seat? And then he told me, oh, check here. So I went and it wasn't there. And obviously there's people already sitting. They're like looking at me. And then I went back and I'm like, no, it's not there because the number wasn't there. And he's like, oh, try this. And so literally that happened like 3 times until I finally figured it out. And so I was like, didn't fucking need your help. And then I sat down, but I didn't know what I was expecting, to be honest. I was expecting nothing really, and it was the best 2 hours of my life. The fact that those 2 hours felt like 2 minutes. Oh, I'm exaggerating, but they genuinely felt, okay, wait, I have to focus. They genuinely felt amazing. Maybe this way. It was genuinely just like the most amazing experience of my life. Like I was in awe. I couldn't believe, and this is gonna sound weird, but I couldn't believe that the sounds, because it was a whole orchestra. It wasn't just like 1 or 2 instruments. It was a whole orchestra, and I couldn't believe that what I was hearing, the music that I was hearing was coming out of these instruments. It sounds ridiculous, it sounds weird, but genuinely, that's how it felt. That's genuinely how it felt. I was like, there's no way. Like, this is a joke. There's no way. Because as I said, I've been a fan of classical music for a long time. I always used to listen to classical music whenever I studied. It made me focus in a way that nothing else did. It was amazing, especially when I was in middle school, high school, and I was studying math. There was something about numbers and classical music that just went hand in hand, went together. But this was just a whole other experience. I couldn't believe that this was the first time that I was experiencing it. I was like, where have I been? Where have I been? Okay, how am I gonna do this? So that was, and I've been to a few afterwards, and I realized how special that first night was, because it was like this conductor that had come, that's a special, very talented conductor that had come from another country, and this very like talented violinist that also had come from another country, like very, very talented. Obviously, the rest of the orchestra, it hasn't come from anywhere. They were also very, very talented, amazing, but this was like a very special night. It was just, I was in awe the whole time. Like I had to physically close my mouth several times during the whole thing, because I was just like genuinely in awe. And I was sitting, I don't know exactly what the seats are called, but I was sitting like on the floor. I wasn't in like, you know, in any of the levels. I was literally on the floor there with them. So it was something else, to say the least. And I highly recommend it. If that's something that's available to you, highly recommend it. And we also went, my sister and I went to like this candlelit thing as well, which, I mean, after you've experienced a whole orchestra, it just was a little bit underwhelming. The whole experience, it was just like, people are there for the candles, and the candles were fake, obviously. It's not that I expected real candles, but people are just there for the, I don't even know why people are there. To be honest, they're just there for the aesthetics. And I was there for the music, and the music just, it didn't give, because it was just like 4 instruments. But it was like Christmas music, so it was kind of nice. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if this is, maybe I don't know if this is gonna make any difference whatsoever. Am I done? Are you supposed to do this again once you're done? And then it came with this roller. And people, I just feel like, oh, I put this in the fridge for a little while beforehand, so it feels very nice. I think that's why people like buy it, the fancy ones they're like with real stone, like amethyst or stuff like that, because those stones are like, I think, naturally a little cold, so they help to depuff. But I think you're supposed to do this in the morning, but that's not gonna stop me. This was better. I just don't know how to do the gua sha. I will learn though. That's one thing that I've been trying to practice as well. Anytime I feel like saying or feeling like I can't do something, I just turn it into, I'll learn. It feels so good, and it's still cold. I don't really feel like there's any difference whatsoever. Maybe I'm just being a hater, but I will 100% keep doing this. Anyway, tomorrow I have a very, very full day. I gotta do so many things. I don't even know if I'm gonna fit all of it. You always plan so much. You plan for the weekend. This is what I'm gonna do. I gotta do laundry, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and then Sunday night you find yourself looking at your list, frantically trying to do 1 or 2 tasks that are easy just so that you can say you did something. This is my problem. I'm a planner. I plan, but when it comes to the execution, we lack in that department. We're trying to get better. My problem is I put so much in one day. Like, there's only so much I can do. I never think about the fact that I need to rest, I need breaks in between things. No, I want to jam pack everything into one day, get it all done. That's not realistic, okay? We're learning, we are growing. This is my growth journey. Okay, time to go to bed because it's late and I'm a morning person. I like to go to bed early, 9, max 10. Lately, I've been kind of having this behavior where I go to bed at 11. Literally 2 weeks ago, I went to bed at 1:30 a.m. Who am I? That's so not me, but I felt like I still had so much energy. Like, why does my body do that? Sometimes it just, and then if I sleep too early, like sometimes you just had a long day and you're tired, even at 8 p.m. you're tired. You go to bed, and sometimes, because my body's like, it thinks this is just a nap, I wake up at like 1, 2 a.m, can't go back to sleep. Force myself to go back to sleep. You know what I get? Sleep paralysis. This is what I get for sleeping too early. I get sleep paralysis, and it's the worst. One time, I had watched the show a Wednesday. It was when it came out. People were raving about it, so I decided to watch it. I watched it. Then I went to bed too early, woke up in the middle of the night, had sleep paralysis. But my sleep paralysis demon was Wednesday. She was on top of me, and she would, like, I couldn't move. Like, genuinely, I don't know how that works. I don't know how the brain works when it comes to sleep paralysis. I don't know. There's been some very horrible things when it comes to my sleep paralysis demons. Like, they've done horrible things to me. Which sounds so weird to say, but it's true. I don't know why they'd be doing that. Like, what did I do to you? What did I do? Like, what did I do? What have I done? Just because I went to bed early, and it's always because I go to bed early. So, like, literally when I'm about to go to sleep, it happens to me. And it's so mean, because I am tired and I want to go to sleep, but the sleep paralysis demon won't let me sleep. Every time I close my eyes and I'm sinking into my sleep, I sink deeper and deeper into this feeling of numbness. It's almost like the sleep paralysis demon is like just pulling me down. I remember one time, oh my god, even just thinking about it. One time, because my sister and I, back home, we used to share a room, and my bed was on this side, and her bed was on this side. And I remember one time I had sleep paralysis. I don't remember if it was like in the middle of the day or anything, but she was awake. I know that. Was she? I don't remember. But I got sleep paralysis, and I remember I was trying to call out to my sister, because the only thing really is if I move something, if I'm actually able to move a finger or something, I get out of it. So I was like, she can move me and get me out of this. So I tried to scream out her name, but it just literally just comes out as like literally I could not move. Like I could produce sound, but I could not get my mouth to move and like my tongue to move to say the word. So it just came out as like these grunts. So scary. But I always finally I always try to move my fingers, and it always works. So the only positive thing about me going to bed late is that I know I'm not gonna get sleep paralysis. I actually haven't gotten it for a while. This is not an open invitation to all of my sleep paralysis demons watching. This is not an open invitation to come and haunt me. But I haven't gotten it in a while, and I intend to keep it that way. I guess I'll update you in the morning. Guess what happened? The universe said you need to stop. You genuinely need to be stopped, because guess what the gua sha did? I broke out. And I'm 100% sure it's because of the gua sha, because there's nothing else new that I did. It's just the gua sha, and I think it's still right here. Maybe I should have washed it before I used it, because maybe that's why. And it's so interesting because over the summer I broke out like in this area, like the entire summer. I don't know, the entirety of like July, just breaking out here, for no good reason at all. But what can you do? What can you do? So now I'm just going to moisturize. I don't really do too much to my skin. And I woke up with a sore throat. I had a really, really good night's sleep. I don't know if the gua sha helps with that, like it just calms you down, but it really, really did. I had a really, really, really good night's sleep. And I woke up with a sore throat. I feel like I'm somehow being told to stop. But the efforts to continue my Zen era continue. I always like to continue with my routine, even if I've broken out. Sometimes I would leave it dry, but I think I've learned my lesson. And thankfully my breakouts, they don't last very long. So hopefully these will be gone in the next few days. Right now, I need to start doing laundry. I need to do so much that it scares me. I also got some cleaning to do, but first, I have some packages I have to unpack. My sister's Christmas gift has arrived. I bought her she wanted it. She just told me what she wanted. It is the Hourglass concealer brush. And I'm not gonna unpack it like completely, because obviously she's the one that's gonna open it, but I still wanna like see it. She's gonna be really happy when she comes back. I already told her that it came. I couldn't wait to tell her. And then I bought a new shirt, which is going to be, if I like it and if it fits. Okay, here's what's been happening the past few weeks when it comes to this specific thing. So around like 2-3 weeks ago, I went onto the Naked website and I saw that they had a big sale and everything, but I don't know what I wanted to buy, but I needed a shirt. So I ordered a shirt, but then I saw another shirt that was really cute. Like I loved it. It was this striped black and white shirt. I ended up going for like a off the shoulder thing because the other shirt was, I could have bought it as well, but it was sold out. And I was worried that it was sold out like completely, meaning, you know, it's sold out and it's never coming back. Anyway, so I bought my little off-the-shoulder shirt. It worked. It was nice. I bought it in a small, which I could have gone for an extra small because I just only bought it. I bought the small because the model was wearing small and it felt like that fit her quite well. But I could have gone for an extra small because it's very stretchy. And I say this is a very important detailing because the other night I went onto the Naked website again, which by the way, when I bought the off-shoulder, when I ordered it, literally the next day, it was on sale. But I couldn't do anything. I couldn't. And I went on the Naked website a few nights ago and I saw the shirt, the striped shirt that I really wanted was back. But I think it was only back because some people like returned the shirt because maybe it didn't fit them or whatever. But it was only in the extra small. The extra small was the only size that was back. What was I to do? You know, what was I to do? I really want this shirt, so I ordered it. And then the next day, it goes on sale. The extra small, which is the only size available. It goes on sale. Like, I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me, but I'm trying to be told something. But anyways, it came. It's here. Let's start with the concealer brush. Like, the biggest little thing for the smallest little thing. Anyways, here it is. I think there's 2 different kinds of concealer brushes, but this is the one that she wanted. It's the Vanish Seamless Finish Concealer Brush. There's no plastic on it, so technically I could open it. Everyone raves about these brushes, these hourglass brushes, and they are, you know, a little bit on the expensive side, so they're a little bit more luxury. Oh my god. It's a little bigger than I expected it to be. Okay, I'm not gonna, you know what? This is it. This is all that we're gonna see because I don't dare open it. But very exciting. Can I feel it? Wow. It's there's lots of bristles, like it's very firm. Oh my god. I can't put it back for some reason. Come on. That's enough. Okay, enough of this shirt. You know what, on the model, the shirt looked a little bit baggy. Actually, the model was wearing small. So this is me kind of like deluding myself into thinking that the extra small will fit nicely. Okay. I've been wanting this shirt for a whole month and it just seems weird that it's here already. Why am I usually this excited? It's a shirt, like, I love how, like, because sometimes the colors on the website don't look like the colors in real life. This is a nice white and a nice black. But, I mean, it doesn't look small. Like, it doesn't look like it's too small, you know? I feel like it looks like, uh-oh. It looks a little small, but it's stretchy, which is good. Because I feel like then it'll be able to fit. Okay, let's put this on. I'm done deluding myself. Like, I'm not gonna delude myself any further. I'm not even sure if the neckline is gonna fit. Like, it's gonna fit me or like look good on me because I have a long neck. And I have been Googling. I've been using Googling about like what kind of necklines go with like longer necks. And these kind of necklines, they always said to avoid these kind of necklines that are like just round. We'll see. You know when you build something up in your head and the reality just isn't the same? I find this hilarious. See, you know what? Actually, I didn't see it. The thing is, it's a little too short. I feel like it's a little, maybe it's not that short. You know, maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Because it doesn't seem so bad like this, tucked in. Because it needs to be tucked in. I feel like that's how it should be styled. Is it cute? Is it not? I can't tell. This is weird. Why can't I tell? I think I just really want it to want it to look cute. It's a little underwhelming. Plus, I thought the stripes were gonna go this way, which that wouldn't make any difference, but still, it makes a little difference, doesn't it? I can't tell. If I don't like, cause I just had like a vision. You know when you have a vision? I'm gonna wear this with this, it's gonna look cute. Well, the vision is not visioning apparently. And it's such a weird fit because like in my arms you can see it kind of, it's not that it's too big, it's just, you can tell like it looks a little baggy, or even around my waist, you know? But it's not. So the fit is weird. I don't know. I don't think I like it, to be honest. I think that's the conclusion. But I feel like this could eat, but they just didn't make it the way it's supposed to eat. First of all, why aren't the stripes this way? The stripes needed to be this way. And the material, you know, it's fine. It's actually kind of thick. Not that thick. But it's really not giving. Is it? Is it giving? I can't decide. I think I've decided it's not giving, so I have to send it back. I don't even think it's the size that's the problem. I think it's the shirt itself. I don't think I like it that much. I thought I was gonna like it a little bit more than I do. I don't. Oh, it looks horrible. Well, sometimes life is surprising and terrible at the same time. It was a cute concept, how about that? But it must be returned. It could have been so cute. It could have been so cute, but it decided it's not. So, they were right. This neckline, first of all, this neckline doesn't suit me. Second of all, the fit is weird. And third of all, the material just doesn't material. I'm sorry. Anyways. What is that? What was that? I swear to God, I'm breaking down. Like my whole body, the whole system is breaking down. Genuinely. Anyway, if I'm not completely dead by the time the evening comes, I will do other things. I need to set up, there's a Christmas star that I need to set up. I feel like we need to do more Christmas stuff in our home because we just have a little area where we have like these paper Christmas trees. It's not enough. I am a Christmas lover. I love Christmas. I love all the lights. This is one of the reasons why I love winter. I love the smell of winter. The smell of winter, meaning like this is the smell of like baked goods, you know, in Christmas time. I love all the lights. It's so cozy. It's just really nice. I mean, I wish it wasn't so dark and I wish it wasn't so cold, but to be honest, I would rather have that than the summer. And I cannot wait. And I feel like we need to cozy up our place a little bit more. We need to cozy it up. So I'm going to set up the stars, which is going to be in our bedroom. I need to do some cooking. Anyways. So the plan is to put this one up there. It's actually since last year tore up a little bit. I don't know how and when, but I think it happened during the move because I moved from Stockholm to here. And I want to put it up, but it's kind of a little sad. Also, I can't find the little thing that lights it up. It would be so cute because it was so cute last year. And look at these curtains. I remember when I saw these curtains at IKEA and I was there with someone and that specific person said, no, these give granny vibes, like don't buy them. But I went with my instincts, bought them, and they're genuinely the best things I've bought in a very long time. I love it. I always get compliments because they're very beautiful. And then imagine, and it lights up. Could you imagine? It's always very exciting every year putting this up. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. I love it when I say I'm gonna do something and I actually do it. I cleaned up and I'm gonna cook now. I'm gonna make this delicious pasta. And I thought to myself, why not share the recipe? But I mean, look at this. This is the Christmas thing that I was talking about earlier, our little Christmas corner. We have these two paper Christmas trees from H&M Home. I don't think they have this color anymore. I think they have like a green color now. And these were also from H&M Home. But we don't really know where to hang them, so we just put them down there. And then these candles on each side. And with the candle holders. And then I have my little oud. that I want to light up. And then we would do this on this painting because we don't care about it. So if it gets destroyed, it's fine. But I want to light it up because it always gives off a vibe. And then, I don't know, like I have this star thing that is technically supposed to be on a Christmas tree, but it's always it's always cute to put it like here or something. Like it really does give Christmas vibes. And then last year, my sister and I painted these. And they're so cute. Again, these are supposed to go on a Christmas tree, but we don't have one. Because, I mean, who has the time? Who has the time, really, to get an actual Christmas tree? But I want to zhuzh it up. Like, I want to make it a little different. I think my sister would kill me if I changed it too much. But if I found a place to hang these, and then these, I think that would be fine. I guess that's the mission for right now. But cooking with me. I've put my robe on because it's cold as hell in this apartment for some reason. But I've got my little book where I have all my recipes. So we're just gonna flip to the pasta and then we're gonna look at the ingredients that we need. We need onion, garlic, carrot, zucchini. It's not the whole of it. It's not, you don't need a whole zucchini, but right, we're gonna need tomatoes in a can, and then tomato puree. I get this is like Turkish, I think. I don't know. I've tried doing the pasta sauce with like regular tomato puree and it really didn't end up the way you would want it to end up. Like, I don't know what they put in the Turkish version, but it says 100% fresh tomatoes. Like, it's 100% tomatoes. I don't know the difference, but you need tomato puree and a bouillon cube. Oh yeah, shit. I completely forgot that you need an ingredient that's not always a bouillon cube. I have vegetable bouillon cube. And then you need berbere, but not everyone has berbere. Here's our berbere where it's literally finishing, but we have more. Berbere, which is like, it's like ground up chili flakes. Or just chili, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But chili stuff, basically. And then potatoes. And then you need one potato. I think that's it. Oh, god damn. You need rosmarino and then persilia. And you're done. Must be. And then pasta, of course. And then water. And that's it. I'm gonna be making the pasta sauce in this new pot that we bought. I've been like finding excuses to find it. This is the lid. It's Granberg. But it was on sale. And it's the 4-liter version. And it's so nice. Exciting. Let's go. So I've put the 1 onion and 3 cloves of garlic. And then pretty soon I'm gonna put, this is a whole chopped up carrot. And then it's like this size zucchini. I didn't use the whole zucchini, obviously. It was like this much. And I just chopped it up. And pretty soon I'm gonna put this in and add some oil. And then we're gonna get to cooking. So you just want it to sweat out a little bit of its water. Because obviously vegetables naturally have some water in them. So you want it to sweat it out a little bit. So before you put the oil in. But pretty soon we're gonna put oil in. I've used olive oil. So not too much oil. You also don't want them to cook too much because they're going to be cooking together with the carrots and the zucchini. Maybe a little bit more oil actually. You want them to be coated with the oil, but not too much. Okay, I added a tiny bit more oil and this is perfect. I think we're ready to add the carrots. Make sure that they're like all coated with the onions and the garlic and the oil, all the carrots and the zucchini. And then I think we're just gonna cover this a little bit, not all the way, but cover it a little bit. So out of the can of the tomatoes, I put out 3, and we're just gonna chop this up. Actually, why is this extra? But we're going to chop this up and then we're going to put it in the pot. Now once the zucchini has softened up a little bit, it's very hard for the carrots to have softened up already. But the zucchini is probably softened up a little bit. We're going to add the tomatoes that I've just finely chopped a little bit. It doesn't take that much to chop it up, but just chop it up. Once you've added it, we're just gonna let it stay like this for a little while, a few minutes, not too long. Little on me forgot that I'm supposed to be adding the tomato puree now as well, so we're adding 2 heaping tablespoons of it. There's already one in there. There's a second one. And now we can let it cook for a little bit. It's been a few minutes, so now I'm adding a bouillon cube that I've already added, and then some salt. Lightly, because the bouillon cube already contains salt, so we don't want to add too much. And then we're gonna let this cook on low heat for around 20 minutes. I know, quite a long time, but it's worth it, I promise. In the meantime, I've chopped up the potato, and I'm gonna be watching my favorite Italian soap opera that I missed yesterday's episode. I don't know how they do it. They release 5 episodes a week, so Monday to Friday. 40 minutes long, these episodes are. And because it's a soap operas, they go on for a very, very long time. It's like 160 episodes per season. 160 episodes. So it starts, I think, around September and then finishes around May the next year. They don't take that many breaks, like sometimes for certain days they do take a break and they don't release, meaning take a break. But this is I believe this is the 9th season. I started watching it during season 7, but soap operas, like, you don't have to watch all of the seasons. It was like in the middle. It was like around, I want to say, February, March. So season 7 was about to end, but I caught up with it, and I actually got to the point where I was watching it as it was releasing, so it was kind of nice. And then there was a long summer break, because as you take a summer break, they also take a summer break, the little characters. So we were taking our little summer break, and I was like, why don't I watch season 6 while I'm at it? So I watched season 6 the entire summer, and then season 8 came out, and I watched season 8. I was watching it as it was coming out, and I watch it on, sometimes I watch it live, but it's raiplay.it. Sometimes I watch it live. It goes at 4 p.m. European time. I don't know what that is, but I usually don't catch it live. So, but they upload it like an hour later. They upload it. So I missed yesterday. Yesterday was Friday, so I missed it. There's a lot going on. This is season 9, episode 54. Lots going on. Lots of drama. There was this gay guy and his boyfriend. Oh, it's a period soap opera, by the way. Oh my god, I forgot to mention. So it starts like mid 1950s, but because this is season 9, like we're now in the mid 60s. I love the fashion of these girlies in these characters. Oh my god, they always wear kitten heels. I feel like when people say, you know, the whole demure trend, I feel like this is what they mean. This is exactly what they mean. It's these girlies, kitten heels, very much like Chanel tweed, the little tweed stuff that Chanel is very much known for. It's very much that. It's giving that. Just imagine 60s. And I feel like the trend this summer has been like, you know, early 2000, like late 90s, early 2000s, like very baggy, oversized stuff, but with the kitten heels. And I'm sure they were wearing kitten heels like in the 90s and like the 2000s, but I don't know if it was like a trend. And so I thought it was very interesting how we're combining. I feel like we're combining fashion from different decades, because I truly cannot see, maybe they did, but I cannot see the girlies in the late 90s, late or early 2000s. They're wearing like their baggy, very low rise. The low rise is back as well, but low rise pants, low rise jeans, the very oversized clothes. I cannot see them wearing kitten heels. I feel like that's something that has been added now as we have been recycling these fashion trends. And I feel like it's so sad as well that we have to recycle fashion trends, because I want something that's particular and like very, very specific to this decade, because I feel like there's nothing. What is there? What do we have? The trend of this fall is burgundy, but like I saw that coming from a mile away. I remember in the summer I was like, this fall my color is gonna be burgundy. And every year burgundy, like reds and burgundies and like browns, deep browns, they trend because it's the fall season, it's the winter season. But I feel like burgundy has become huge. It's this deep red. I love burgundy. And I saw that coming from a mile away. I'm like, that's gonna be my color for the fall, and it was everyone's color for the fall apparently. And I don't know how these companies, like if you go on Zara, if you go on H&M, if you go on Naked, well, if you go on Yina Tricot, like literally that is the vibe. It was literally burgundy. Now it's kind of shifting because we're going into winter, but it was burgundy. I don't know how they predict that these trends are gonna trend. I don't know how to do that. For me, it was just like, that's what I wanted for me. I just found it very interesting. But there's no fashion that's very, very particular to this decade. Like in the 60s, you can clearly tell. Even if when you go back to the earlier seasons, you can clearly tell like what the 50s fashion was. And now we're in the 60s. And I love how in the show they even incorporate specific happenings that happened during that time. Like I remember, I think it was last season, they even had the Kennedy assassination. Like it was a big thing. And they've also had this fashion icon who, for the first time, I think she had designed these, I think they were dresses or maybe they were skirts that went above the knee. The scandal that broke out. But I think actually she died this year, like the actual person, the actual fashion icon, fashion legend. I think she died this year or last year, it was so trippy. They were talking about this person that I had never heard of in the show, and then like a few weeks later, everybody was talking about this person that I had just heard about. And then you have the 70s and 80s, that definitely sets them apart from the rest of the decades. And then the 90s and 2000s, 2010s, I think we should be able to delete from fashion history. You know, the 70s and 80s, they weren't so great, but at least... What was 2010s? I just want to forget that whole era. But, so dramatic for no goddamn reason at all. What is it? You just wanted attention from mama. Not even your time yet. You're not done yet. Right? She's not done? Oh my god. Wait, I'm not supposed to let it boil for 20 minutes yet. Why am I've made this recipe like 1,000 times. Where am I fucking up now? Okay, we're supposed to actually add the potatoes because the potatoes are the ones that are supposed to boil for 20 minutes because the potatoes need to boil all the way through. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit better. So this, I think you can just supplement for like some chili flakes or something. But we're adding a little bit of this. Like, I want to say half a teaspoon because you don't want it to be too... You want the flavor, but you don't want it to be too spicy because this shit is spicy as hell. So we're adding half a teaspoon. She was literally telling me, like, pay attention to me. She knew that I was doing things wrong. So anyway, chop the potato up. If you have small potatoes, just use 2 small potatoes. But now, can I let it boil for now on 1.5 for 20 minutes? Whew. The only thing left after that is just to add a little bit of water and the pastiglia and rosmarino. Ooh, and we gotta boil the pasta, of course. And then that's it. We gotta do the pasta. So, I'm gonna show you the outfits they wear, but it's so chic. The drama, oh god, the gay guy. Okay, let me tell you about this drama. So obviously the 60s. And this is Italy. The gays were not gaying the way they need to gay. So this guy, who people don't know he's gay, he had a boyfriend. And had, because they were very discreet and everything. There were 2 characters who knew about it, but those characters moved away at the end of last season, so he has no one now to talk to. It was also so cute because last season they had a little like dinner, because the 2 people who knew, they're a couple as well. They had a little dinner and they felt normal for like a night, and it was so cute to see. But anyways, they moved in together, and the other guy has been feeling very, very like paranoid that people have been noticing things. The landlord had been noticing things because there's just 2 guys living together. They said, oh, he's just my cousin, he got a job here, so he moved with me until he finds a place to live. But the landlord wasn't buying it, and the main guy was like, oh, come on, she's just nosy, like she's no harm. And then at his place of work, somebody saw something, so now he left him. This was the last episode. That's how it's ended. Literally, he comes home, the main guy, his boyfriend's gone, he got a job in Rome. The show is based in Milan. He got a job in Rome, and he left without saying goodbye. And it was so funny because the actor, like, we've never seen this character like cry like that. It was cringe. I'm sorry, it was so cringe. But now he started, and he's gonna be so heartbroken. I don't even know, because the whole show is based on this little clothing store, like boutique, but like huge, one of the biggest in Milan. And so you follow like the workers there and their lives. And so he's one of the He's like a part owner, I think, or something. So we're gonna see how it's gonna impact his work. It's been around 20 minutes and I'm watching the show. I put the pasta on. Now we're gonna check on this. It's looking good. If the potatoes are not all the way cooked, that's fine for now. Because, as I say, we're gonna add a little bit of water. And we're also gonna add half a teaspoon of the rosemary and 1 teaspoon of the persilja. The water, just a little bit, like not too much. Like I wanna say like 1 deciliter. Half a teaspoon of this. Don't mind that, whatever that sound was. And then 1 teaspoon of the persilja. The persilja isn't as strong as the rosemary, that's why we're adding only half a teaspoon of this one. And we're gonna let it cook for a little longer, like I wanna say a few minutes, depending on if the potatoes are already cooked or not. Let's try it together. Almost there. Let's try the sauce, just the sauce itself, because it might need more salt and stuff like that. Pretty good. I feel like I may add a little bit more water. And a tiny bit more salt, actually. Tiny bit. Anyway, the show, oh my god, I feel so sorry for the guy whose boyfriend left him without saying anything. He found out where he now works because he changed jobs, obviously, and he called there and everything. God, I feel so bad. Drama! Drama in this household. But anyways, I'm gonna let this cook a little bit. Wait, let me show you. The pasta's going here, and then this is what it looks like. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Looks pretty good. What the hell? That's not what my hands look like in real life. Oh, there you go. See? The color was... Is that why they look... Oh. Because I thought the pasta looked a little dark on camera. It looks a little redder in real life. But I'm just gonna continue watching the show. And then I'll be back. I put the pasta in, the pasta's done. I made it a little al dente. And this is what it is. This is what it looks like. It's so good. And all the vegetables, I know. Some people don't like vegetables, but genuinely, it's like a hug. Like, genuinely, it's so warm and so comforting. It's genuinely the best. Especially in these winter times. When the weather's trying us, we try it back with all the warmth we can. So I'm gonna eat this, finish watching my show, and then we'll see. So, it is nighttime skincare routine time, and I thought I would show you the little mask that I usually do. Very, very easy, very, very cheap. It's probably something that you already have. And this is something that I feel is going to help me with these new breakouts. Anyway, I'm just gonna rinse my face just with water, nothing else. And because I want to rinse off the products that I put on earlier in my morning routine. Oh Lord. Not too much. And then, easiest thing on earth, you're just gonna take some honey, literally. Not too much, just a little bit. And you don't want it to be that liquidy kind of honey. You want this to be like the real kind of honey. Take a little bit of honey. This has been like my little secret thing that really, really helps with my skin. It takes a while to mix. I usually like run it a bit underwater, kind of like when you put toothpaste on your toothbrush and you run it underwater just for a little bit of zhuzh. Anyways, honey is really, really good to even out your skin tone, but it's also really good, I feel like, to moisturize. And I don't know, I feel like my skin is just so much better once I do this. And I do this like every other day, but maybe I should do it every day because my skin loves it so much. I put it on my lips as well because it really moisturizes the lips. So I definitely recommend this if you want to even out your skin tone and stuff like that. I genuinely feel like if you don't use any of those kind of products that are like supposed to even out your skin tone, you will notice a difference after the first use. Like, I'm not gonna tell you there's going to be like magical and everything, but in my experience, I mean, because I do this so often, like, it's hard to notice like a huge difference. You do notice like a little difference, but it's hard to notice a huge difference. But I feel like if you're like doing this for the first time, you would 100% notice a difference. I'm gonna let this sit for around like, I want to say 30 minutes. That's usually how I do it. Usually I would watch my show, my soap opera, but I've already watched it, so like 30, 40 minutes. Yeah, that's the best way. And then we're gonna wash it off and everything. We're gonna do everything. I thought the lighting here wasn't gonna be good, so I brought this lamp. But I think the lighting is okay, actually. But I brought this lamp just in case. No, then I mean you're really gonna be looking at me crazy. Okay, I think the lighting is pretty okay. Like, all things considered. Anyways, it's time to talk about Love is Blind Habibi. I said I was going to talk about it because there's a lot to get into. But before we get into that, I was watching like the stuff I recorded yesterday, and I was mentioning like some shows, some period dramas that I had been watching. One that I haven't heard many talk about is La Cocinera de Castamar, or The Cook of Castamar. Let me tell you something about this show. This show has everything. It has the drama, it has pregnancy, drama, it has needing an heir, needing him to marry somebody, a family that you follow, there's a black guy, like it has everything. But the thing about this show that completely shook me to my core was 75% of the show. So the first 75% of the show is all of that, all the drama, everything. The king is crazy. I don't want to spoil anything. But it had all that, right? And then the last 25% of the show, the last few episodes, people start dying out of nowhere. Like, they literally had us follow a rhythm. Like, they had us follow, there was some kind of consistency in the continuation of the show and everything. Then all of a sudden, an episode comes on and bitches be dying. Like, characters started dropping like flies. Genuinely, I was so... But it gave me exactly what I needed. I feel like it was like a pick-me-up. It was like, oh, it's about to end. You start to guess the ending, because that's always what happens when you come towards the end of a limited series. You're like, I can see where this is going, but hey, they said you think you can see where this is going. Ha. That's funny. So I highly, highly recommend that one. But let's get to Love is Blind Habibi very, very, very fucking quickly, because there's been some stuff online, there's been some stuff like after the reunion. So if you haven't watched Love is Blind Habibi, which by the way was like the first Love is Blind that I've ever watched, I didn't watch any before. From what I know, from what my sister has told me, like the other Love is Blind, they have like other kind of drama, like it's spicier, there's people like hooking up with each other, but that's not the kind of drama I want. I am very much into the drama that was in Love is Blind Habibi, okay? Now, a few points from the actual show itself before we get into the reunion. From what I understand, a lot of people don't like Noor. Let me tell you something about Noor. There's a reason why Noor was chosen to be in the show. It's not like the production was, or the casting people were like very, very surprised of Noor's actions and the things that she said. They very much, I'm 100% sure, encouraged it, because you need this kind of person in the show. You need the kind of person that is fun and like is going to bring the drama. Otherwise, it's going to be a boring show. And so when people are like, oh, she didn't actually come here to find love, she was the comic relief. She was the one that was going to make us laugh. She was the one that was going to keep the people watching. She was the one that was going to bring in the viewers. Why do you think she was in the trailer so much? So, that's one thing. Also, people were gagged about the fact that Noor and Shafiq already knew each other. I think that the people behind the scenes already knew. You really think they didn't know? They probably followed each other on Instagram, which is where they knew each other. They probably followed each other. So I don't know why people are not considering the production in this whole discourse of Love is Blind Habibi. I am 100% sure that even after, like, because basically she couldn't find a match, and she already knew that she knew Shafiq, so she tried to have a little something with Shafiq, even though Shafiq was already, his feelings were already engaged. He was basically already engaged to what's her name? Dunya. Wow, my brain is braining. I can't even believe I remember that. He was already basically engaged to Dunya, which I think Dunya is an interesting character because she's very young. She's actually my age, which scares me. The fact that she's thinking about marriage. She's 24, already thinking about marriage for some fucking reason. But she's very, very attached to her mother. And she's very, I feel, Noor in the reunion basically said that she was insecure and she has to work on herself. She said this to Dunya, which I think, like, this is the kind of thing that you say behind the scenes. Because I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's break this down. So basically, Noor tries a little thing with Shafiq because she wants to obviously continue on with the show. She doesn't want to just leave. And I'm 100% sure that the production doesn't want her to leave either. It's not like she got the book out of nowhere. Like, where did she get the book? I'm pretty sure the production helped her with that. I'm pretty sure they wanted all the drama. They wanted all the smoke. So anyways, the book, by the way, he has this quote on his Instagram bio, and she remembered that, or production told her that, because I don't even think, like, who remembers what's on someone's bio? Like, think about that. Who remembers? So anyways, they helped her get the book, which the quote is from, and she gifted him the book. It was like an act of something. It was something. They sometimes, like, gift each other things. And so to the other guy, it didn't work because Shafiq already liked Dunya. But she basically just chose somebody, right, that was desperate enough. I'm sorry. She chose Mido, which is 100% not her type, because she basically wants a rich man that's going to spoil her, because her entire life, her family has spoiled her, so she wants to continue that, which I don't think there's any problem with that. I don't really see the huge issue. I don't know why there's this huge discourse about how she just is actually looking for an ATM. A rich guy, she can find a nice rich guy. Like, rich guys are not, like, what is this whole thing? Oh, she just wants a walkie. He can be nice. It's not like she wants a mean rich man. She still wants to like him. I don't understand. She may not have my tastes. That's not what I look for. But I can still respect that she knows exactly what she wants. It's admirable. She knows that she is not going to settle for anything less than what she wants. And everyone's talking about, like, standards. Her standards is just money. Her standard is her standards. Regardless if it has to do with money, with looks, with intelligence, with whatever. Her standards are her standards. And if you cannot meet those standards, why are you being insecure about it? So anyways, she chooses Mido because she wants to continue with the show. And I'm 100% sure the production also wants her to continue with the show, which is why they're probably happy about it. Or they probably just told her, like, just choose somebody. And then that's it. So they go on to the vacation. So I think there was like a week vacation where these couples, they're coupled up, engaged, basically. They go on this vacation and they actually, for the first time, see each other and see the other couples. So when Noor sees Mido, obviously she's not impressed. But it is what it is. So they get to this vacation and Shafiq and Noor meet and they're like, I think I know you. I think I know you too. And Dunya gets all jealous. There was a whole fight, but I don't think that's really important to mention. But Dunya gets very jealous throughout the vacation, which, by the way, Mido leaves and she is left for, like, a scene. If you're in a couple and one of you leaves, then you are gone in the show. But Mido decides to leave, and then he has another scene and she has another scene, like, separately, before they then sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna leave you. Which I think is crazy, because I think they wanted to keep Noor for as long as possible. They even bring her back, like, a couple episodes later, for just for the drama. Just for the drama. I swear to God, production has their little fingers in a lot of the plot holes. More than you think. They have more control than you think. So when they get to the reunion, this is a year later, which I think this concept is amazing. I'm not gonna talk about the couple that got married because I think, who cares? Also, Dunya and Shafiq, I did not think they were gonna still be together. That part surprised me. I was like, really? You two are still together? Oh. oh, I didn't see that one. Did not predict that. But I did predict the guy and the other, and there's a sporty one, and there's another guy. He lost so much weight. Noor and Hajar. I want to say Hajar. Noor and Hajar were talking about how he was the one that was the catch. I'm like, yes, he was the catch. He was the catch of the season, and nobody caught him. And now he lost all the weight, because I think she was a little bit disappointed because she's a sporty person and she judged a little too much based on his weight. But now a year later, he has lost so much weight and just looks... I'm 100% sure that Noor and Hajar were kind of like, okay, shit, fuck. Now he's actually the hottest thing now. And he's rich, like he's exactly what Noor and Hajar are. You know what Hajar said it best at the beginning? She said, I want a guy that's either on my level or higher. And could be financial-wise or otherwise. It is what it is. But anyways, in the reunion, Mido got onto Noor. And the other guy, especially Shafiq. Shafiq was 26 when the show was, when he was on the show at first. And in the reunion, I'm guessing he's 27 because it's been a year. This guy is still acting like a child. Every little thing, anything that is said triggers him. I'm like, how do you live life? How does this guy go about his everyday life when he literally just bursts into this angered version of him every time someone says something that he doesn't like? How does he live his life? How does he work? How? I don't understand. I don't get it. This guy is so emotional for no goddamn reason. Anyways, him, Mido, Shafiq, I don't remember the other guys, but who were literally bullying Noor. Literally. The only guy who didn't bully Noor is the married guy and the one that lost a lot of weight. From what I remember, those were the only ones that did not attack Noor. Because this was an attack. A lot of people have even guessed this. Production, I think, at the end told him, like, you have to apologize. And he apologized to Noor. But every time there was like a little bit of pause, Noor and Hajar they were whispering to each other. Because that is the only way. And I love that she, at least from what we have seen, because I know that they probably cut a bunch of stuff, she did not like clap back like she should have. Because she's like, this is just insecurity speaking. Respectfully, I'm just going to talk to my homegirl whenever I need to. Respectfully. I like that. She was a class act. Now, I don't know what actually happened because I'm sure a bunch of stuff was cut. But online, Mido got a lot of hate. So he posted online an official apology, but saying, I don't think it was an actual apology. He didn't want to do an apology. But he did an apology because he wanted everyone to just leave him alone. So the apology was just for the people that were hating on him. It wasn't even for Noor. And then Dunya and Shafiq went on this podcast and they were talking like they were the victims. Now, I'm not going to say there was any... I don't know. To be honest, I don't know the situation fully. I can only judge from what I've seen, but apparently they were acting like victims. And Noor made a video and she was like, these people that are acting like victims, they should be thankful because of the way it was edited, because they were saying that they were edited to make them look bad, that it was edited to make them look bad. But she was saying in the video, like, you should be thankful. You should be thankful. They edited out all the shouting, all the screaming. Oh, the shouting. Oh, now I want to see the unedited version. I want to see the full version. I don't care if it's like a whole day of filming. I want to see the 8-hour version. And I think like Mido's behavior changed from like the last episode he was in to like the reunion because a year had gone by, first of all. Also, after the people in his life, probably, even on social media, after they saw how she treated him, after they saw that she didn't actually like him and he was out here thinking that she liked him, oh, she's a model, by the way. Oh, this cute girl likes me. The people in his life was like probably making fun of him. So he was like, nah, I'm going to go on the show. And instead of telling the people that were making fun of him to shut the fuck up, he tried to tell Noor to shut the fuck up. He tried to blame Noor for everything. Excuse me. Like, actually, excuse me. Anyway, that was that. The dentist, and then the dancer. Ugh, God. Genuinely, I remember when they first met, like in the pods, And I was like, this is a kind of cute couple. I like them coupled up. And they mentioned the dancing thing, and it wasn't such a big deal, so I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. And then, boom, all of a sudden. Was he the one that was like, if my wife, like, she couldn't go out with her girls? Or was it Hajar? Oh my God, the third or fourth guy that I was telling you that was attacking Noor. It was Hajar's man. Is the one she matched with. I forgot about that slimy little guy. That guy, I was rooting for him. I was kind of a little skeptical of him when Hajar made a joke and he really didn't like it. And he was like, now I have a different like perspective. Now I have a different view of you. I have a different image of you. And I'm like, calm yourself. It was a joke. She was like, I felt so comfortable with you. So that's why I started joking. But you don't understand my jokes. But like there was still some things that she was saying or acting the way that she was acting throughout the show that I was like kind of rooting for him. Because even in the actually no, I was rooting for her first, then I started rooting for him after the restaurant scene, because they in the vacation they go to a restaurant to have lunch, I guess, and I think she had ordered something and the waitress brought it late. We don't know exactly how late, but Hajar was like, well, we don't need it now. She was a little rude to the waitress, and he was like, you should go apologize, like you have to apologize to her. She was like, no. He was like, I can't have this. So he left her. As he should, to be honest, as he should. I think I was rooting for her and like I was on her side until that happened. And then I was like, you know what? I'm on nobody's side at this point, because the way he was acting in the reunion was also a little sus, to be honest. It honestly feels so good to get this out. So I don't know if it was Hajar's man who made the comment, like one of them said, one of the women, so they were on a date, I'm sure, something like that. She said like, oh, if I want to go out with my girls, she's like, and he's like, one of them, it's either the dentist or the other one. He's like, oh, why would my wife go out on her own? I'm like, it's a girls' night out. Why would my wife go out on her own? Excusez-moi. It's a girls' night out. Why am I bringing my husband to a girls' night out? A girls' night out doesn't have to be a club. A girls' night out could be to a restaurant. A girls' night in is also a thing. She might go to someone's house. Why is my wife going somewhere without her husband? Anyways. Genuinely, most of them turned out to be so crazy. Because in the pods, they were acting one way. And in the vacation and in real life, they were acting a different way. To be honest. That's what I felt like. I was not surprised at the way the men were controlling or a little bit manipulative. That was not surprising, because that's just how men are at this point. Whew, it feels so good to get that out of my system. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. So, should we wash off this honey or should we wait for another 10-15 minutes? We should wait another 10-15 minutes actually. The lighting is really good here. But yeah, I have run out of things to watch on Netflix. I started, oh my god. I was like, okay, I love documentaries. I do. I feel like you learn a lot. So I was like, let's watch this documentary on Netflix about food. Like, this year I got 30 minutes in, I was bored already. So I was like, let's go to HBO. So I went to HBO and I typed in documentaries, and there was this one documentary that was like, insane, not crazy, or crazy, not insane. So it was like a psychological thing. So I was like, interesting. So the whole premise is about this psychiatrist who a few decades ago was like a really big doctor within because she became very interested in people who have multiple personality disorder, who at the time people didn't believe in multiple personality disorder. I don't think there's a lot of people who, when I say people, I mean psychiatrists and doctors who don't believe in it. I mean, there's a lot more who believe in it now, but back then it was like a taboo. Like, it was just like, no, this doesn't exist, and they're just acting. Like, when they act like there's someone else that's come forward. Like, when you have multiple personality disorder, basically it's like different people in your head, and you can be talking to me, but you're actually talking to someone else in my head. You know what I'm saying? I could be someone else, even though I'm not me, even though I'm me. So a lot of the people that she dealt with who had multiple personality disorder were violent people, let's just say, like serial killers and stuff. And multiple personality disorder is born out of trauma, some trauma in the childhood. Now, not everyone who has multiple personality disorder is violent. I would say that most are not violent. I would say, as if I'm a professional. But you know what I mean. I don't think most are violent, even though like the way they've been represented on in the media. I think there was like a film Split. Is that it? There was a film or two that were very, very popular. So it just kind of, and then this whole thing. So the representation, or just what you see on media, on TV and film, of people who have multiple personality disorder is just not great. Very violent, very aggressive, but I'm pretty sure that most are not like that. It's born out of trauma. So if you have like a lot of trauma in your childhood, it can be a way of kind of coping with that. Very interestingly, Moon Knight, which is a Marvel show, limited series, which I think is like one of the greater Marvel series, he has multiple personality disorder, but he is not. I feel like they depict it better, in a better light than maybe it has been represented before. So I thought that was very interesting. But basically, this doctor was like psychoanalyzing, or like basically wanting to diagnose serial killers who are going to be, judged for their crimes or convicted of their crimes, even though the main person in the body, or like most of the people in their heads, are not the ones who did it. It was just like a violent other person who did it. You know what I mean? So it's not actually the person themselves, the actual person that did it. It was one of their other personalities who's done the crime. So they're answering for somebody else's crimes, basically. So basically, she was called in as a psychiatrist to do an evaluation, a psych evaluation, to be able to say, is this person insane? Is this person crazy? Not crazy. I think it's insane, not crazy. This person is insane. They need help, basically. They didn't do it. They need help. They don't need to go to prison. This is not what they need. They need to go to a mental institution. They need to get the help that they need. But she did this for a very long time, and the first big case, she was ridiculed because, well, people didn't believe in it, and the way the trial went, it did not go the way that she thought it was going to go. There's a lot of things that were hid from her, yada yada yada. And then we get to see footage of her like interviewing these serial killers, and it's so interesting how they shift from one personality to another, how their body language shifts, how the way they speak shifts. They can speak languages they've never spoken before. They can speak in accents they've never spoken before. Like, it's so strange. The way they act, who they are, genuinely, it's like completely different person. And sometimes they would talk about their trauma. And this is where I had to stop watching. Because, oh my God, I literally started crying. Literally crying out loud. Not like, oh, I had tears in my eyes because I felt bad. Crying. I started crying when this one guy, whom I think the big trial was about, actually, he was the serial killer, who his mom was involved in the trauma of his childhood. Oh my God, you guys. When I heard the trauma, I started crying out loud, and I was like, I have to stop, because, oh my God. I know humanity is horrible. I know there's sides of humanity. There's absolutely disgustingly horrible. I did not know that it went that far. I did not need to know. I am so happy to be ignorant and delusional, because I cannot be hearing these things. These things that you never, like, it's not even something that you can conceive. That's not something you can imagine. It's unimaginable. Like, even you now watching, you can think of the most horrible thing that a mom or a parent can do to their child. It's 10 times worse. I couldn't keep watching. I cried. I was like, let's watch something light. Like, I was literally like watching as I was cooking as well. I was like, this is not what I need. This is not what I need. And I went, and I think I don't remember what I watched after that. I was like, whatever I can watch that's better than this, anything is better than this. Anything and everything is better than this. Okay. I've temporarily moved away from documentaries at this point. I'm not gonna watch anything psychological. This is why I don't watch horror films. I can't do that. I can't. But hey, we learned something about multiple personality disorder, and I guess we learned something finally. We learned something. But basically, in Moon Knight, what I was gonna say is that you get to see the reason why all of these personalities come forward. Basically, in the first few episodes, there was the main guy, and then there was the personality inside of him. And he said, this other person was created to shield him from the trauma that he was going through, because whenever something traumatic would happen, other personality would come forward, and it would be this other personality that was experiencing all this trauma. It was like his brain was hiding the trauma from him. And so, oh my God, I just remembered. The main guy is very happy. He has a very normal life. And because of these other personalities that have been the ones that have been experiencing all this trauma from when he was a kid, he doesn't know a lot of things that he's been through. And so basically you get to see in the first few episodes, this main guy, right, he's losing time because obviously the personalities are sometimes take over and do things that he wouldn't do. So he's losing time and everything, but every single day he starts the day with calling his mom, and he always gets the machine, and he always leaves a message like, oh, I'm doing, I love you, bye. And he seems way too chipper, and then the other personalities are not as chipper as him. And then as he's finding out all of this trauma, everything he's been with, literally he realizes that he used to have a younger brother, but his younger brother died. And then the mother, because they were like playing when I got stuck somewhere in like something happened when the two brothers were playing, and then one of them died. I think it was the youngest, and the mother blamed him, and it was not a blame that, like, how can you blame a child? Like, they were children. But the mother was blaming him, like, it was not a good few years in his life. Things just kept on getting worse, so the personalities took over to just shield him from this. So basically, the main guy is finding out all this trauma, and it's obviously mind-blowing. But the most mind-blowing thing, because obviously he loves his mom, because he doesn't know that his mother blames him and yada, yada, yada. The most mind-blowing thing? His mother's been dead for years. The way I was gagged. Okay, spoilers, by the way. Gagged. What do you mean his mother's been dead for years? So all this time, every day when he goes to work, that's why he always gets the message. Like, he always gets the machine meaning. That's why he always leaves the message, because she cannot pick up. Why can't she pick up? Because she's not alive. She's dead. The way I was gagged. And then, I don't know if there's a season 2, but in the last episode, we find out that there's another personality that we don't know about. And this guy seems a little bit more violent than the other ones. But the way, like, the main character, like, the actual guy was talking to the second personality, when I say the second personality, we all thought that was just the main guy and the second personality this whole time. And then in the last episode, they revealed the third one. But the second guy, he wasn't violent at all. I mean, he has somewhat of a violent job, but he seems level-headed, like, he's logical. And the way they were interacting with each other, and the way they would interact basically is that whenever he saw a mirror, it would be the other second personality talking to him. Because sometimes he would get in a fight and the main guy doesn't know how to fight, but the second personality, he knows how to fight. So he would, like, tell him what to do and everything. He'd be in his head talking. If there were no mirrors. But if there were mirrors, he could just talk to him. So another fantastic show. Oh, Lord. Okay, now that we've chit-chatted a little too long, it's been 34 minutes. It's time to wash this off. So after I rinse off the honey, I take my little CeraVe hydrating cleanser and I just squirt this into my face and I wash my face. I was watching this dermatologist on YouTube who said that if you have dry skin, you shouldn't be washing your face with a cleanser in the morning to just rinse your face, which, by the way, has helped my skin so much. So that's what I've been doing. But imagine you have at night, before you go to bed, you put stuff on. In the morning, you only rinse your face. So there's going to be still some product left on your skin. Then you put a product on top of it. The regular cleanser isn't going to do much, you know? At that point. Alright, let's wash our faces. Oh. To be honest, I think someone did the evil eye on me. Somebody out there has been talking about my skin. You'll probably also notice how moisturized your lips are after that honey mask. I've got my trusted moisturizing lotion for dry to very dry skin by CeraVe. Oh. Feels nice. Then the next product I put on is a product that's actually a product you'll find in like a Swedish pharmacy. I don't think, doesn't feel like is something that you can easily access if you live in another country. But where is it here? This thing, the Miniderm Duo, 20 milligrams per gram plus 200 milligrams per gram carbamide and glycerol. Basically, this is like medicine for your skin. Now, there is a version of this that you could get prescribed to you. This is the other one that you don't need the prescription for. But there is one where you, like, if you really got issues with the skin, there is one where you get prescribed it. So it's like a stronger version of this one. But this is the non-prescription version. This is just, you can go in and buy this one. It's very thick. So I literally put like, this is even like a little much. Pea-sized amount. Literally pea-sized amount. This has been like life-changing this past year, this specific thing. And like, I've had it for a while. I just have never thought about putting it on my face. because I have dry skin all over my body as well. And that's where I use it. I actually, after I shower, when my skin is still damp, I use this combined with jojoba oil. I combine it on my hands and I just put it all over my body. Because it's like, if you put this only on its own, it's like very dry and it's just, it's very thick. It's very hard to work it into your skin. But with the jojoba oil, you kind of, you thin it out a little bit. Okay, so what I do with my lips, okay, this is like hacks. A lot of people just put the regular Vaseline right on their lips. And for me, that dries my lips. Like, it genuinely dries them out. It's better not to put anything. If the Vaseline is the only thing I've got, it's better not to put anything on it. But what I do, because Vaseline is a very good thing when you want to trap moisture. It traps moisture. So what you gotta do is you want to put on a very moisturizing lip balm and then the Vaseline. Because then it will make it last longer, the moisture. You don't have to apply all the time. Genuinely, it lasts all day. I'm not even joking. Like, it's really, really good. And that is my little hack. That's what I do. Because one time I didn't have this. I don't remember if I forgot it or whatever. And I only and it was one day. I applied so much Vaseline throughout the day on my lips because it just kept on getting drier and drier and drier. Ruined my lips. It took a while to get back to reality, to where my lips actually are.
This girl did a great advent calendar. You can do it.
What great